The pitch is looped towards shortstop. Petroselli's back. He's got it. The Red Sox win. And it's pandemonium on the field.
Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show, brought to you each week by the National Sports Collectors Convention. Join us every Wednesday evening at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time and get the latest news from the greatest experts in the sports collectibles world. You can watch us on the Great American Collectibles Facebook page, as well as YouTube, or you can listen to us on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, or any of your favorite podcast platforms. And now your hosts, award-winning sports collectibles author Tom Zappola and Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli.
Welcome, everyone. Tom Zapp. Look at this, a full house today.
Yeah.
Left to right. Tom Zapp. Look at you. Like this outfit, Paul?
Yeah.
I like it. Newport.
Matches, right?
Oh, yeah.
Newport Gulls. My good friend from Newport, Paul Borges from PB Collectibles. Mr. Petroselli on time. On time.
Now, listen,
That's
the IT college helped me.
And then bottom left
4
here, we
years.
have Jed Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies. He lives in his van. No. Scotty Russell from the Collector Connection. Scott was nice enough to pull over to the side of the road. Scott, you're on picking up or dropping? You're picking up a consignment?
Yeah, I'm on my way back from the absolute southern tip of Maryland back to the Poconos.
What do we got? Can you tell us what you're picking up?
He was actually a big Boston fan, so one of the cool things was a Rico rookie in 8.
Nice.
But lots of old Boston of all sports. A lot of nice hockey, Bobby Orr. A lot of football. A lot of the '70s football. He was big on the '70s Patriots.
I was going to say, if you said the '70s Patriots, I was going to say, boy.
Yeah, it's not quite as exciting, but there were great players who just never got their due, like Stanley Morgan and
right. That's true. That's
so
true.
He's got those guys, but he does have a little bit of Tom Brady and modern stuff as well. The reason I went down there wasn't for sports at all; it was to pick up his Horrors of War collection, and then it just kept snowballing from there. So
that's what it's all about. That's all it's all about. All right, so we have a good show today. We're going to be all over the place, but Scott was nice enough to pull over, and I know, Scott, you are in the midst. I got to tell you something. I check religiously whenever you have an auction. I kind of thumb through it, go through it. This one here is a really cool auction because, as I think I emailed you and I told you that, because you've got a little of everything in this auction. You got blankets, you got all kinds of tobacco cards, you got some cool memorabilia. What are some of the highlights?
Well, I mean, the biggie is lot number 1, the 1915 Cracker Jack Joe Jackson. That's pretty hard to beat that card. It's a 2, but it's a really nice 2. No creases and good corners. It's got lots of surface issues, like a lot of Cracker Jacks do, staining and soiling. And this one has a little bit of extra scuffing, but still presents great for a 2. So that's the 800-pound gorilla in the auction.
It's a 14 or 15?
It is a 15.
15. Very, very, very cool.
You shouldn't get degraded for the stuff for those cards.
Well, you got it, Rico.
Why?
Because you still have to have grades. They're really, really cool.
No, I mean they should be graded higher.
Well, it's hard.
It's just my opinion.
Especially the 15s, because clean ones exist for 15.
Yeah,
right.
You could send away in 15, so they're not all stained.
But Paul, Rico's making, and PB, I want you to jump in here too, because Rico's making a good point, because
they're so rare.
At the low grades, I think they're too strict with the low grades. I'm talking about 1s, 1.5s, 2s, 2.5s. I mean, how many times have you guys, Paul and Scott, looked at a card that was graded a 1.5 in a T206, T205, Gaudy, whatever, and say, something, that card should really be a 3 or a 2.5? How many times does that happen?
It does happen a lot. It all depends on, sometimes the front is spectacular, the back is a mess, or what have you. But I'll tell you, 1s, 2, whatever they are, they sell. I mean,
absolutely.
They're so liquid, they're so popular.
And the thing is, too,
they're more affordable for people to buy.
Yeah. And the advanced market, the collectors who really know what they're doing, they're paying up for the eye appeal, even in the bad grades. There's a one that looks like it went through the washing machine, and a one with a little bit of paper loss on the back with a nice front. That one with the nice front is going to sell for a lot more.
Yeah.
Well, now we have the NBA, the Mike Baker Authentic. They're putting
thank goodness.
Yeah. What do you think of it? What do you think?
To me, it's unnecessary. I could see where a more novice collector wants it, but the advanced collectors have been doing that themselves for years.
Good point.
It's become the rage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, the results speak for. We sold a 5.5 Mantle 53 a couple of auctions ago, and I just saw it sell on Facebook for almost double because now there's a Mike Baker sticker on it.
Yeah.
Really?
Do you guys
same card, same serial number? So I know it's
unbelievable.
Do you guys check the ages of the people who are buying these? I'm curious. I mean, you would think the older people who have done very well for the the higher price cards, but is that always true? Or the younger people? I guess they still have to be fairly wealthy, But any surprises that they would be selling or buying, I should say, or does it, is it more one age, older people?
Good question. Go ahead, Scott.
Oh, okay. Well, I know my customers certainly average around my age, but I do have guys in their 20s, and this is our dedicated pre-war auction. And I know a good handful of guys who are in their 20s who are going to spend big money in this auction.
Are you seeing, Scotty? Are you seeing an increase in that demographic, Scott, with the younger?
Yeah, I think slowly but surely. As collectors mature, the longer they stay in the hobby, a certain percentage of them always matriculates to vintage. And so the more new people who get involved with the hot new stuff and the breaks and the whatever else, a certain percentage of those is always going to trickle down to vintage. And I think that's the way it's always been. So I'm not a doomsayer like a lot of people.
I'm seeing more and more newer, younger folk getting involved in the vintage because they see, or they get excited about the quick flip. They want it. It's all about money and this and that. And a lot of these new folk, they have plenty of money. But then you also get the older folk that are building sets or looking for grail cards, and they can spend the money. So
hey, Scotty,
worth it.
You've got a ton of ungraded cards, T206s, T210s, T203s, good cards. Is it my imagination, or is a significant part of the hobby population kind of interested in rock cards? I don't know what the word is, but it seems as though more of them are gearing up to collect rock cards rather than vintage graded cards. Maybe because that's what they can afford.
Shopper is always interested in raw and their own judgment, because then they're not going to be paying the markup that they would for the graded card, even though it may be an equivalent card. So again, your savvy shoppers like that. Now, some of the savvy shoppers are buying raw, grading themselves and flipping. But, like I said, there's savvy buyers out there who are buying to collect who prefer the raw because they're not paying a grading markup.
It seems as though, Enrico, you and I talked about this in Philly. It seems as though, right, and that there were a lot more. And Paul, you're at Philly. Scotty, you are too. Yep. It seems as though there were more dealers there. And the same thing in Wilmington, Paul, a couple of weeks ago. Dealers selling raw cards. There's a lot of dealers selling raw cards now, and they were all busy.
I think the biggest thing is that it's just the time constraint too. People don't want to spend, they buy a big collection, and they don't want to spend the amount of time it takes to get the cards back graded. I think that's become somewhat of an issue. Years ago, you could send your cards out to SGC. You'd have the cards back in a 2-week, 3-week time frame. It was easier. So more and more people, more and more dealers, I find, are selling. And there's a lot of people that want the non-graded cards for their collections, the collectors. They want.
Let me ask the two of you now, because this is a big question for me in the hobby. The next seismic event in the hobby to me seems to be based around grading. So where do you see the grading landscape in the next 5 years?
That's hell of a question. Just because it's been so seismic, even in the last 2 years, with PSA gobbling up competitors, and now the lawsuit that may break up the PSA conglomerate. That's somebody needs a better crystal ball than I have.
I don't have that crystal ball, but what I would say is I strongly believe there are going to be more grading companies popping up in the next few years.
Well, won't the ungraded cards be a problem for those who buy them in the future when they might want to sell them? Then what?
No, because other people, who's going to buy them? Other people that buy ungraded cards.
Well, maybe not. Maybe they say, I like this, but geez, it's not ungraded. If you get it ungraded, they'll talk to you. I don't know. I'm like I'm asking these questions like a collector. The millions of collectors that are listening and watching, maybe billions.
Go ahead, Paul.
I was just going to say that the other thing that I see the problem with, especially on the higher end ungraded cards, is that you got to just be careful that they're not trimmed or altered. I'm going to give you a perfect example. I bought 2 54 Mickey Mantle Red Hearts that were ungraded, and I sent them out to SGC to be graded. I got them back, and they said they were trimmed. I measured them. I don't believe that they are, but that's a big, big thing. I was talking to a couple other dealers that are very weary of and careful with selling ungraded cards, and then they bring them back and say, oh, this card came back and they said it was trimmed, or they said it was this. When I sell a graded card, I know it's, for the most part, it's graded, it's authentic, it's the real deal. But when you sell something that is ungraded, there's a big risk.
Scott, do you get much of that?
Well, I mean, this is going to sound like I'm patting myself on the back, but our big thing is we have our gradability guarantee. It's in red in the top left of every page of our auction. If you buy a card from us and you want to get it graded, we'll submit it for you. And if it fails, we pay you the grading fee and your purchase price back. No questions asked.
Yeah.
And you should.
And over 100,000 lots now over the years, it's happened twice that we've had to give money back. So
Scott, do you ever advise? You've got a ton of tobacco cards right now in this auction.
Yeah.
If you eyeball something that you think is trimmed, do you let the consignor know?
Absolutely, and you'll see a lot. There are lots of trimmed cards in the auction. They usually get grouped together in little group lots. But we say unequivocally, usually even in the title, authentic only, or trimmed, or damaged, or whatever, and then the description gives you the details. But yeah, we do sell them. Especially if we think the consignor wasn't aware, we warn them. But a lot of times, some of these are pretty obvious. And this, like some of the T210s are pretty obviously trimmed.
Right. Well, what about the? You've got a lot of T203s. T3s. I'm sorry. You got T3s. That's a beautiful card. I love that card. It's a piece of artwork.
Yeah.
How those cards doing in the auction? I mean, that's gorgeous card.
It's always hard to predict because so much of the movement is still going to happen. But a bunch of them are off to a nice start. The raw ones are low yet, but I'm sure they're going to move come towards the end. And there's a couple of like gorgeous front raw Hall of Famers with massive back damage, and the reason they're gorgeous fronts is they'd been in an album somewhere along the line.
Right.
So they're always interesting to see how they do because it's like you have a Frank Chance that looks X, and the back is a hot mess. So that'll.
You also have you've got a bunch of blankets in there, huh?
Yeah. Especially the uncut blanket. That's that when we saw that. Well, first I assumed what everybody assumes. Oh, look, some more sewn together blankets. We see
right. Typically that's what happens.
And then I held it up and I was like, oh my God, this isn't sewn together. This is an uncut piece of blanket. So just the history behind it, we learned something about B18s. They ran through the press sideways. They didn't run top to bottom, just because the orientation of the factory edges of the sheet. So really interesting. Our best guess on the one we have is that the color was just messed up, whether they ran out of ink or whatever. And so they threw it away. And then some enterprising employee said, well, it's still a piece of cloth, and brought it home and cut it down over the years for uses. And this is the piece that's left, which just happens to have Joe Jackson in the middle of it.
Really
these cool. Are blankets with what? For those collectors who were not familiar with it.
Okay, they're
Blankets.
1914 B-18 blankets. Lots of different theories as to what they were intended for. Some say they were intended to clean the nibs of your pens. Some say they were meant to be sewn together by mom and make pillowcases and whatever. But they're about 4x4 blankets made out of felt and printed with player names and team.
Yeah.
And some rare variations.
I used to have a couple of those. I had a couple of those years ago. Just I don't even know where the hell I got them, but I did have a couple of those. What else, Paul? What else, Scott? What else in the auction? We got a couple of minutes left.
Well, I think my favorite thing, and we actually have an oil painting copy of the E.J. Burke Pale Ale poster featuring Buck Ewing and Cap Anson. That poster has sold for tons of money a number of times. There's only a few known. Our best guess on this piece is it was painted for a bar in Boston because they changed the team names from New York and Boston to Boston Red Sox on both the players, and changed the orientation of it. But it's an oil painting from the 20s or 30s. We had an expert look at it, and it's based on the E.J. Burke poster. And so it's unique, but not anything that's necessarily massively collectible. It's going to go to the guy who thinks it's cool and wants to hang it up.
You know, you might there might be a Picasso underneath there. Maybe you should take it.
I doubt it. It's painted on a huge, heavy wooden board.
All right, when does the auction end?
It ends Sunday. What's that? The 20?
Whatever.
20. No, what's Sunday?
24th.
No.
31st. 24th.
This coming Sunday.
This coming Sunday. What's that?
17th.
17th.
And Sunday the 17th, it starts closing at 10 p.m. We go on the clock.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome. All right, Scott, drive safely.
Yeah.
Where are you right now?
Yeah.
I'm just outside of Amish country somewhere.
And how much longer do you have to go?
Another hour or so. I almost made it home.
All right, so there's a Mickey D's right down the road. Stop at Mickey D's, grab yourself a quarter pounder, and continue on.
All righty.
Take care, Scott.
Be safe. Take care.
Drive carefully. Good guy.
guy.
Scott Russell from the Collector Connection. Scott's a good guy, man.
Very
That
nice.
was nice, though. Just pulling over and coming on the show.
Yeah, we had him. We had him with Paul. You didn't come on the show with us in Philly, did you?
No, I couldn't find you. Remember?
Oh,
Couldn't find you.
you were the only guy that couldn't find us. You realize that?
And I was the closest guy to you.
You were right down the right
I was
near
right
us.
next to you.
Unbelievable. All right, listen, we're going to take a break. Borges is in the house. Are you any relation to Ron Borges?
No, everybody asked me that. The Globe.
No, the reason being, didn't he get canned? He got fired for what do they call that when you copy something? Plagiarism. Remember him, Louis, Ron Borges? Yeah, he got canned.
Didn't he have a Hall of Fame vote in NFL or something?
He did. Now he can't. Now he doesn't have anything. I think he's out of work. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's that time, Rico. A little segment from an All-Stars cardboard memory.
We're kidding.
Oh, I'm very excited about this.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Borges is in the house. We'll be right back.
In 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
Let's go! Batter up!
Hi, everyone. This is Rico Petrocelli. JustCollect.com, a leader in the vintage sports card industry, is giving free appraisals on your vintage cards. They'll evaluate your collection for free and let you know the value of it at no cost and no obligation. If you're ready to sell, JustCollect.com will offer you industry-leading prices to buy your card collection. To begin your free baseball card appraisal, visit JustCollect.com or call them at 732-828 2261. That's justcollect.com for your free vintage card appraisals and top buy prices for your cards. Check out justcollect.com today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
With record-breaking sales from everything from the white border T206 Honus Wagner for $3.12 million to some great items that support the Jackie Robinson Foundation, Golden Auctions has set the highest standards for the finest in sports cards, autographs, and game-used memorabilia. We're always accepting consignments of high-end premium sports treasures or entire collections. Please register for our next auction and bid now at goldenauctions.com. That's golden with an I. We at Golden Auctions are committed to providing unsurpassed customer service for the discriminating collector. That's exactly why we're the leader in the industry. Visit goldenauctions.com or call 856-767-8550. Remember, Golden Auctions. We don't just break records, we shatter them.
How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
Okay, we are back. Paul Borges from PB Collectibles in beautiful Newport, Rhode Island, is joining us as our guest host. Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petrocelli. Allergies? You got allergies, Rico?
Yeah.
It's been killing me.
Yeah, they definitely. The spring and the fall. I get near.
God, ridiculous.
I buy the over-the-counter stuff. But I tell you what, there's no allergies in Newport with Paul Borges.
No
PB Collections, boy. Yeah. We were there, and one of the best stores.
You got a great little store. You really do, man. You got
a fun little shop for sure.
What a beautiful place, Newport.
You got to set
That's the first time I was ever there, Paul.
And you got to,
yeah.
You guys gonna come down when it's nice out. And
I gotta be honest with you. The men's room door is a little small.
It's a little tight. Yeah, it's a little tight.
You gotta do something with that.
Broom
anyway.
Yeah.
All right, it's time right now.
Hang on, Paul. Tell us the most recent thing you learned about Pokemon, by the way.
Oh, Pokemon.
You know,
Oh, he's a Pokemon dealer now.
is
You
it?
can't talk to
I
him.
have to tell you that I just bought a guy walked into my shop with a bunch of boxes of Pokemon, and I spent like $5,000 buying some Pokemon. So
You know what the hell you bought?
I have to try to sell it. Yeah, no, I don't know what I bought. But we priced it out, and it's funny. I posted on a little post on Instagram, and I had this Pokemon. Within 10 minutes, somebody stopped by the shop. And
Wait a minute. How many cards did you buy?
Wow.
They were like packets, all different boxes and stuff.
I tell you what, I may have someone that'll buy all of them.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You know Hulu? No,
I know who. Yep.
my doctor.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. You're rheumatologist, right?
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
so
he's a
funny.
big
It's
collector.
he's a good friend. Send me what you have,
I
and I'll
will do it after the show.
I'll shoot it over
It's so hard to keep it. People can't find it.
Well, you're going to give him the family discount?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Plus 25%. Yep.
All right, listen, it's time right now, speaking of which, for an all-star cardboard memories brought to us each week by the man you're looking at, Paul Borges and PB Collectibles. Go to pbcollectibles.com for that special vintage card or Pokemon card at an amazing price. Rico played with or against 50 Hall of Famers. And this
More than
book,
that.
we had a blast writing together. Well, he didn't really write it. I wrote it. All he did was tell me stories
Right.
over pizza and beer. And
Yeah, right.
everything
You
else.
you're so cheap you wouldn't buy anything. Who you kidding? I had to steal coffee from the place we were
Rico,
at.
do you remember when we did the do you remember when we did the show in Sarasota from that bar room and the
Oh,
guys
yeah.
were shooting?
Yeah. Oh my God. They look like
Oh God. Anyways, you can go to pbcollectibles.com and Paul will take care of you. All right. As I said, Rico played with or against 55 or 56 of the greatest Hall of Famers in the history of the game during the Golden Age. The guy I picked out today to read about is one that Mr. Petroselli has talked about ad nauseum for years, how great a player he was, and that was Rod Carew.
oh, jeez.
I played against Rod Carew for most of my career.
Hey,
What?
what are you
I'm
doing?
reading. You're interrupting me.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry.
I played against Rod Carew for most of my career. That's when he was with Minnesota. Rod was one of the greatest pure hitters of all time. He could hit to all fields, hit with little power, and boy, could he hit for average. No wonder he was the league batting champ so many times. One time, we even tried to hit him in the rear end, but it was like trying to hit a moving target. When I played shortstop, he would frustrate the heck out of me. If you played him in the hole, he'd hit you up the middle. If you played in the middle, he hit through the hole. His bat control and eyesight were unbelievable. Rod would wait until the last second, and you could almost see his eyes follow the ball right through the swing. To me, it looked like the ball stood still at contact. He could hit it anywhere. Rod was a terrific guy. We talked a lot about hitting, and he even explained his approach to hitting a baseball to me, but to hit like him was absolutely impossible. Nobody could hit like him. Carew had his own unique style. Later on, I'd say Tony Gwynn and Wade Boggs came the closest. We used to joke about how I would try to defend him. I told him when he came up to bat, I might as well just go to the bench and sit down. We had a good laugh about that. He was an expert at fouling off the tough pitch. Whether it was low or away or up and in, he had the uncanny ability to hang in with those pitches. I had the honor and pleasure of playing with Rod in both 67 and 69 All-Star games. He was at second and I was at short. I looked it up and it was pretty funny. Rod and I were were combined 1 for 10 in those two games. Of course, Carew was just starting out with the Twins in 67. He was Rookie of the Year that year. We beat the Twins on the last day of the season and later on in the afternoon clinched the American League pennant when California beat Detroit. When Rod was on third base, you had to watch out because he had the talent to steal home. He stole home so many times in his career. I remember in the late 60s, Carew stole home 7 times in 1 year. He had such a great career batting average of .328 and over 3,000 hits, and he was an all-star every single year he played for the Twins. And after joining the Angels in 1979, he was an all-star there every year except his last. He had a
Too long.
tough go of it recently with his heart transplant and some medical issues, but he's doing well now. What a terrific guy and a terrific player. For Carew, it seemed effortless. Man, he would have looked great in a Red Sox uniform. How good a player was he, Rick?
It was great. He really was. Not the greatest fielder, but very adequate second baseman. But as a hitter, I'm telling you, him and Tony Gwynn, I've mentioned Boggs, and probably Rose is up there too. Just the technical part of it. You know, when they teach hitting, you always talk about little things. He had it all. He had exceptional ability. Period.
Rico,
Right, correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm sorry. Correct me if I'm
Oh.
wrong here because you anticipated my question. Brett, Boggs and Carew are linked in my head together forever because I thought they were very similar hitters. And I always put Tony Gwynn as like head and shoulders above anybody in terms of contact. Do you see it that way? And I remember Carew was great.
Yeah. Oh, Tony Gwynn. But he was the same way, Lou. You try to pitch him up and in, and he'd shoot a ball to up the middle. You're low and away, he'd shoot it to left field. And then real tough pitchers, they all had that in common, was that they could foul it off. Jeez,
Rico, why isn't George Brett mentioned in this conversation?
Well, Brett's not quite as technically now.
Right.
Not quite as talented. He's very talented. But guys in the American League, you know, that I played against, and then Tony and Rose, these are all same type of hitters.
Paul, jump in here, by the way, anytime.
Yeah,
you
I
want.
mean, you know.
See, I don't have Rose in that class, so this is kind of new.
Yeah,
to me.
not right. I threw him in there, but I might be missing somebody, you know. But
let me ask you this, Rico. What about eyesight? Doesn't eyesight have a lot to do with this?
Well, of course, yeah, hand-eye coordination. But yeah, they pick up the ball. That's like Ted Williams. They always said he was 2015 or something like that. Had great eyesight. Yeah, these guys had to have great eyesight. See, I can only see in one eye. That's why I struck out so much. Yeah, my right eye. I said,
Rico, did you have a hard time at times picking up the ball?
Of course. Sometimes, especially against Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan never saw the ball. What the hell's the difference of it? When I picked it up, mostly in the catcher's glove.
I'm a little upset at this whole steroids thing. You guys bring up a great point because I'm a huge Mark McGwire fan. He should be in the Hall. He saved the game.
Get out of here.
Saved the NFL. He should be in the Hall. There's no doubt
all
about
those,
it.
Lou, I agree. All those guys, if I may, you know, I'll just they before they were accused of steroids, they were Hall of Famers. Okay.
Yeah.
Period. That's all.
Well, wait.
Well, I'm in the Ken I'm in the Ken Caminiti camp. I think 75% of the players were doing it, including pitchers, by the way. Two guys hit 70 home runs. I mean,
they were
there regardless of what.
But Louis, you know,
Paul,
Rico just made a comment.
Yes.
Barry Bonds, there's an argument for Barry Bonds, and there's an argument for Roger Clemens. But, you know, the first
McGwire hit 49 home runs as a rookie with a weighing about 165 pounds.
And I agree, but there were years after that, as before he, you know, the prior years, 5 or 6 years, I believe, prior to him all of a sudden becoming Superman, he had some god awful years. So I mean,
well, first of all, I think he's talented enough, and I always get in trouble with this argument, so I'm going to put it out there anyway. The worst player in any Hall of Fame ever is Joe Namath, but he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame because he made the NFL and the Super Bowl what it is today. McGwire saved the game of baseball. And if you remember, in 1988, they were cutting into Fox prime time to show his at-bats.
I remember
when he was going near the record.
Sammy Sosa, too, wasn't it?
Sammy Sosa, yeah.
Oh, you're not speaking here. What are your thoughts?
No, I'm listening to it. I remember being at Fenway Park the night that they hit the 70th home run. And I remember running into the little souvenir shop across the street, grabbing a McGwire shirt so my son could wear it to school the next day. It was like a superstar.
I'll tell you what, the greatest night, I still remember, Lou, I think you and I have talked about this in the past, was the All-Star game that night.
I was there.
The home, that's right, you were there. The home run
I was on
derby.
the roof. I was on the roof watching the home run derby. Unbelievable.
My son and I were sitting on that couch, and we were going crazy. We were going
That was
absolutely
an
crazy.
unbelievable.
I
That was,
remember the crowd on Lansdowne Street.
Yeah, those were
I mean,
juice balls, but still, it was such
Oh,
an
yeah.
exhibition. And Ken
It
Griffey
was-
Jr. was unbelievable. That
It
night.
was so much fun.
I love
That was
He's a
McGuire, and I
great
was
player. He
stoked,
was.
but, yeah.
Rico, were
was
you at that night? Did you go to that night? Were you
What
there?
was it?
For the
99 at the
You were
All-Star
there?
game. You were
I
there.
was there. Yes, yes.
What a
That was wonderful.
That was-
Now, but my original point was, isn't there are so many other things that affected the game beyond steroids, lowering the mound in '68 for one thing, and we just talked about vision and hitting. LASIK has got to be a huge advantage for players. You want to talk about a performance enhancing
Yeah.
situation
That's a very
for
good
players.
point, Louis.
The ability
Good
to have
point.
LASIK, the ability to have knee surgery. I mean, look at Mickey Mantle, who we talked about ad nauseum a couple weeks ago. If he had modern knee surgery, he could have played and been better for a longer period of time.
Good
Bobby
point.
Orr,
Yeah,
Bobby Orr
absolutely.
could have played with today's knee surgery.
Yeah.
Rico, I got a question for you.
Well, all right. I had a question for you, but it's okay.
All right, we'll exchange.
All right.
So, what do you think of the AI now, the strike zone, when they challenge a strike zone?
I love it.
Do you really?
I love it. I wish they would have two more, at least two more, because at first, when I didn't know what it was, they would had it in the minor leagues. I couldn't figure out how it was done. It's going to take more time. You got to wait and all. Well, this is happening right away. Bang, and that's it. And fans get a kick out of it too. If it's for them, they cheer, and if it's against,
Why,
Totally.
Paul?
I
Are you
like
opposed to it, Paul?
I'm not sure if I've got kind of mixed emotions
What
with
is
it
that?
in the sense for like the pitchers. I feel like the strike
Who's
zone
pinging?
is that's
I don't know.
me. I'll turn that to. But
Thought it
it's
was here.
I just feel like the strike zone for a pitcher seems to be a little smaller, and this makes it even smaller, right?
Well,
Yeah,
that's
but
the
you know
strike
what
zone.
it is doing? It's
the
exposing
strike
bad. It's really exposing bad umpires, though. It really is. It's exposing bad
Well,
umpires.
they all miss sometimes.
But, you know,
I
as
mean,
a group, they look pretty damn good. I've seen CB Buckner is a joke, because he always has been for a long period of time. But the umpires in general, I think, are
Not too
looking
bad.
pretty good in this.
Hey, Paul, I got a question for you regarding.
hey, wait a minute. What's my question?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, go ahead.
I might have the same one, Tom.
Go ahead.
But,
I'm sorry.
well, I was talking about Paul. Do you sell modern basketball? Or
He doesn't know anything
primarily
about that stuff.
What do you mean
Of
doesn't
course
know?
we do. Of course, we just sold just the other day. We sold a Victor Wembanyama PSA 10 Chrome. He's
Really?
a phenom. People are always asking for Victor. Cooper Flag is red hot. Drake May in football. Everybody asks for Drake May. Yes, the modern stuff you have to have, and it sells very, very well.
How's Roman Anthony doing?
Roman Anthony was red hot. It was so hot at the
He's
beginning.
being sarcastic.
No, I know you are, but he certainly is cooled, obviously now. But he was so hot. We got a couple of kids from Middletown that are in town over from me that are playing pro ball. They're in the minors and they have baseball cards, and they're pitchers, a lefty and a righty. They're in the same high school team, and people are asking for those all the time.
Nice.
So we talk about the modern versus vintage, and we talk about players doing the flipping in modern. It's more of a day trading type of endeavor. And we see an example with Roman Anthony, and we all have faith in Roman Anthony. He's just going through a hard time right now and just adjusting. He's still young. But there is this aspect to the modern day trading aspect of modern cards, right? I mean, you buy a Roman Anthony and it hasn't worked out to this point, may work out, but there are going to be some players that don't work out.
Totally. I'm very skeptical about. I'm not the biggest buyer of modern cards when they float through. This is a prospect here, this prospect there, certain stuff, but I don't go crazy. I'd much
It's a
rather.
gamble, Paul.
It
It's a
totally
gamble.
is. It totally
But
is.
the cards have to be less expensive, no?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I mean,
Not
can
always.
can I say
Not
something?
always.
I'll tell you something. Now, I managed the minor leagues for a bunch of years and a coach. When a young kid comes up, right, especially like Anthony, this is not only the Anthony, but other teams who have these same young kids coming up. They're used to playing in college, high school, how many games? 30, 30 games. Now they go to the minor leagues. Now, Anthony played how many games in the minor leagues? He didn't even finish a whole year. Now he comes up to the big leagues, playing every day. A lot of,
forced in, yeah.
Yeah, he's done well. It's like the pitchers the Red Sox have, these lefties. They come up during the season. It's a little tougher to adjust.
So Rico, how big an adjustment was it for you when you went from high school to single A, correct?
Yeah, high A.
How big of an adjustment was it?
Well, I didn't know. I didn't care. The biggest
how many games did you play your senior year in high school? About
the high school was 18, and the outside league was 80.
Okay, so you did play an outside league of 80.
Yeah, that was.
All right,
but
so when
still,
you got to the minors, then you were okay.
My first year, 140 some games I played.
I got another question for you, Rico.
Yeah.
What do you think of why are aluminum bats still allowed at the collegiate level? And
crazy.
What do you think of it?
Economics.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's they want to stick with that because the bats they are more expensive, but a college probably would be more expensive because they don't use as much as the pros.
Is there nothing? Is there no worse sound than a home run being hit off of a metal bat?
Yeah, but they signed these guys and they become good players with them.
Just drives me crazy.
Yeah,
I want to get into college baseball every year, and about 3 pings in, I'm done.
Right?
It's true. Though.
You're a 3-ping guy.
I couldn't agree with you more, Lou. Hey, Paul. Before we take a break, I want to ask you. You're a college professor, and do you ever have the opportunity to tie in the hobby and what you do in the hobby with your business class?
Yeah, I teach a sales class. Also, I teach a marketing class, beginner classes. And definitely we tie that in. And I explain, dealing with people. And let's face it, business is all about relationships. And if you don't, and it's the easiest thing I say to the kids all the time, sales and so forth. It sounds like the most basic of things, but treat people as the way you'd like to be treated, and you're going to be very successful. But there's people out there that don't do it.
Right.
And
they act. They act, Paul.
Good
right?
Point,
They really don't like the people, but they just want the business and really screw. But if you really mean it, you can't get to like people. It's a big help.
It's so
just
fun.
like me and Tom.
I can see that.
All right, listen. Before we take a break, Rico, why don't you tell us? Earn your money. Tell us about Tom Ruggi.
What money? You mean he's supposed to be paying me? Now he tells me. Yeah, I got to read this because this guy is a great guy.
Can you read it? Can you read it with a little
emphasis?
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about our friend. He'll be your friend, Tom Ruggi, and the staff at Destiny Wealth Management. If you're a card or memorabilia collector, have you ever thought about how to manage your collection long term? Well, I certainly have.
You haven't. You're full of crap. You have never thought about how to do that. You should be, though.
Tom thinks about your collection long term more than you do.
Yeah. See what he
He's
does?
right.
I look at my personal collection, and through the advice and expertise of Tom
Of Lou and Tom,
I've learned that you need a professional to help categorize, evaluate, and eventually put a liquidation plan together with dealers or auctioneers.
We're right here, Rico.
Or your family decides to sell your collection. Most importantly, you need to be aware of the tax ramifications. Is that enough?
That's good.
When you liquidate. Although Zap and Lou have begged me to include them when it comes time to depart with my 40th home run ball or my 67 World Series glove. I'm going to Tom Ruggi and the Wealth Management Group. And don't forget, Ruggi Wealth Management will also handle all of your investment needs. That's Ruggi Wealth Management, the go-to company to manage your collectible decisions. All right? You got emphasis?
That was outstanding.
You got to buy a live read. It's the best bargain.
Jeez, I need oxygen.
Wow.
Paul,
That was good.
live reads, baby. I get rid of that stupid commercial, and we should
Yeah.
do live reads on you, man.
do that kind of work, I'm in.
Right? You kidding? It's awesome.
We get like 8 minutes of the show and live reads.
All right, listen, we're gonna take a break. Borges is in the house. We've got some other stuff. I want to talk about security. I want to talk about Strongville, card flipping. We got a lot to talk about. We only have one more segment, so we have to talk fast. We'll be right back.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
Pristine Auction is a family-owned and operated online auction specializing in autographed memorabilia, sports cards, coins, art, and collectibles. Since their founding in 2010, they've grown to 2 facilities in Phoenix, Arizona, totaling over 60,000 square feet. Jared Cavalier and an incredible staff of over 150 team members serve a very large customer base and enjoy every minute of it. By working with leading authentication companies, Pristine ensures all items are 100% authentic. In addition, third-party authenticators regularly travel to Pristine Auction to provide authentication services on site. Pristine Auction strives to operate its business in a way that's honoring to God, their families, and their customers. With a strong focus on speed, quality, and premier customer service, their mission is to be the leading online auction for every level of collector and fan. Pristine also works for Hope Sports and Identity Hoops International, traveling to Mexico to build houses for the less fortunate. Pristine Auction offers several online auction formats with thousands of auctions ending each day. For more information, go to pristineauction.com. That's Pristine Auction, the best in the business.
If you're a discerning collector interested in owning the most important pieces in the hobby, look no further than Leland's Auctions. The original sports auction and appraisal house, Leland's was established in 1985 by legendary Pioneer founder Joshua Leland Evans. And today, President Mike Hefner carries on the tradition. From the Tom Brady card and memorabilia collection to the famed Boston Garden auction to high-end card auctions from every major sport, Leland's has always maintained the highest standards. Go to Lelands.com and get your bid in. That's Leland's, the hobby's leading sports auction house for 4 decades.
It's often been said that championships are won on the practice field, and world records come only to those willing to work harder than everybody else. Heritage Auctions is the world's largest collectibles auctioneer because we believe that becoming the best is only an invitation to the challenge of remaining the best. This requires the skills of the hobby's top experts, capable of identifying and maximizing value for our consigners. It requires the most visited website in the industry, courting a global audience of collectors over 1.5 million strong. It requires a dedicated press department that expands our global reach far beyond the entrenched hobby marketplace. It's hard work, but a simple premise. Present the finest collectibles to the largest population of potential buyers, and world records will come. We invite all listeners to put the unmatched power of Heritage Auctions to work for you. Auction evaluations are always free, and our commission-based fee structure ensures that our interests are always aligned. The highest possible price for your collectibles. There will always be new world records to chase, so let's chase them together. Visit our website at ha.com and request your no-obligation review today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
Hey, I'm Mike Petroselli. If your company is looking for the best in marketing and promotional items, you'll hit a home run with Petroselli Marketing. With over 8,000 suppliers and 650,000 imprint-ready items, we can get your company the visibility it needs to get your maximum exposure. Whether it be office promotions, wearables, automotive, sports items, and everything in between, Petroselli Marketing can do it all. Our design staff will even work with you from concept to delivery and customize your products. At Petroselli Marketing Group, we will get your brand in front of your audience. Contact us at info@petrosellimkt.com or call us at 603-880-3202. That's Petroselli Marketing, where no dream is impossible.
Call, will you?
Hey, listen, we're back. Hey, Rico, can you do me a favor?
I just said something. We weren't even on the air.
I know that.
No, okay.
Can you hook us up, Lou and I, with a case of those peanuts that are in the commercial, the Petroselli commercial?
Peanuts?
Yeah, the little packs of peanuts that Michael has, his giveaways or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Casey?
He's always looking for something, isn't he?
He's telling you, man.
Hey, by the way, I forgot to mention, you can get an All-Stars cardboard memory. It's a great book. We won the Ben Franklin silver medal with this
Bronze.
book. You can get it by going to tomzappelinmedia.com. It is on sale right now. Regular price, I think it was like $38. And it's on sale now for $55. No, I'm kidding. It's on sale for like $30 or something. But anyways, it's a good book. We had some fun with it. Hey, Paul, you had an incident year before last, and we talk about this a lot about what's going on in the hobby with theft and fraud and the security measures that everybody. I mean, if you read Sports Collectors Daily now, every week there's a story in Sports Collectors Daily about another break-in at a card shop or a theft at a card show. What happened, Paul? You had a card with significant value stolen, and can you just take us through it? And then I want to get your thoughts on security.
It actually happened on my birthday, by the way. Of all days. But anyway, I was at the Philly show in 2024, September of 2024, and I had 4 Ruth Gehrig's, the 4. They were all PSA 4s, and I had a PSA 4, the red Ruth, lifted from one of my cases. But everybody will say, well, you didn't have the cases locked. Correct, I did not, and that's on me. But the reason I don't is I have usually had 10 cases. And the reason I don't is because I'm in and out of them. And I am literally right there with those cards. Like you're not. But now we have it set up completely different. And certain cases are locked. But what happened to me was it was 2 guys. One guy asked me if I wanted to buy some cards and I turned my back.
Yep.
And I turned my back to look at the cards. They kept me busy, and the other guy got them.
Paul, what was the value of that card?
Well, today it's probably about $30,000.
Oh, 30,000. Unbelievable. And they never caught the guys, correct?
No, they've got some blurred out pictures, but that's the other thing I think. One that's happened since my theft, there was a big theft in Dallas and so forth, is they're getting very good about getting more cameras. Well, cameras don't stop somebody from taking it. It kind of prohibits them a little bit from taking it. I have cameras set up all over the place on my booths now.
That's good.
Also,
Good.
the other thing is that we've also upped our insurance. We've also lock our cases. Certain cases we've changed the layout of. Yeah, it's sad you got to go to all this.
I mean, our good friend Joe Tomasula, when he was with Memory Lane, had the same thing in Strongville, where the hotel assistant manager grabbed the box that was shipped to him and stole a bunch of cards. And they wound up, it was $1 million worth of cards, and they wound up recovering all the cards except for 2, if I recall. They caught the guy, and the guy he got sentenced to 4 to 6 years in prison. He's in prison right now. That's what they have to do. They have to, stop this.
There's more people that are showing up, unfortunately, to these big shows to steal. That's what their main goal is, to see what they can get.
Big
money.
money.
I wondered how much money there is on the floor in one of those big shows.
Right. But how do they? I guess with graded cards, you can just crack them open, and that's how you fence the card, right? I mean, do you keep your eyes open for that red Ruth? Just
without question, the answer to that is yes, yes, yes. And it's more of, now it's going to come down to a photo match of that card. That's what it is. How they photo match uniforms. In order to get that card back, that's what's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. You know that listen to this one. This is an amazing statistic. A lot of people knock PSA. I guess in some ways it is what it is. But in 2025, PSA intercepted $200 million in fraudulent cards. Think about that.
I believe.
Wow.
$200 million in fraudulent cards in the year 2025.
Like inauthentic or just made up cards, or
no, cards that were either fake, repros, fake. Yeah, the people try to sneak through. Just crazy. I mean, there are people out there that just do, as Paul says, they do it for a living. Paul, Sandy Koufax cards, they picking up some steam, or is it my imagination?
Koufax is red hot. You have Koufax. I mean, he's very, in my eyes, he's kind of similar. His cards are similar, like Nolan Ryan rookies and early Nolan Ryans. Everybody wants that, I don't remember. I had the that find out of the Quincy card show.
The Quincy find, which, by the way, is in the book,
which is fantastic. And there were 23 Sandy Koufax raw rookies. And I don't have anything left. He's just so liquid. I mean, he's just this urban legend, if you will, is Sandy Koufax, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Great picture. Hey, Louis, why don't you tell us about our good friend, Enrico's good friend, Tom Finkelmeyer, and the Finkelmeyer Insurance Company?
Well, the Finkelmeyer Insurance.
Hold on. Now, can you do it? Last week, you did a bang-up job reading it. It was animated.
Maybe if you don't interrupt me, I could pull it off.
Right. Okay. Gee, crickets.
The Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency has been insuring collectibles since the early 80s. That's a long time ago. All of us who are this age know that's a long time ago. The late Tom Finkelmeyer wrote the original sports memorabilia insurance policy when no one else in the industry was insuring sports collectibles. A lifelong collector of sports cards, Tom Sr. instilled the love of collecting in Tom Jr., who is the current president of Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency. Tom Finkelmeyer Jr., with 3 decades of insurance experience, has paired that expertise with 50 years of collecting and with a litany of professional designations, including counseling and risk management. Tom covers every aspect of your collectibles insurance needs. Unlike some companies that just sell collectibles insurance directly to the consumer online, Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency is the only independent retail agent who specializes in sports memorabilia and collectibles nationwide. Representing all major companies that sell collectibles insurance, there is no agent that insures more collectors, dealers, appraisers, auctioneers, or events in the collectibles hobby than Finkelmeyer Insurance. Our good friend and hobby legend John Tobby of JT Sports has been using Finkelmeyer Insurance for over 20 years. And for more information, go to thefia.com. That's Finkelmeyer Insurance where collecting is our passion.
Well
Way to go,
done.
Lou.
Well done, Louis. Well done. You know,
Dun,
just
dun, 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 dun.
very good. All right, Paul. We got about a couple of minutes left. PB Collectibles, Newport, Rhode Island. What's the address? Where is it located? I know it's located. Rico does, but the general public may not.
269 Spring Street in Newport, Rhode Island, right across from the famous St. Mary's Church where JFK got married. Things are starting to pick up. I'm actually going on a little road trip in a week where me and my buddy Fat Ass
Where to?
We're going to Canada to buy a collection.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to New Brunswick.
Hockey?
It's some O-Pee-Chee, some older sets from the 60s. So, yeah, we're going to take a ride.
Nice.
Now, Paul, can you just, before we leave here, tell me how you even made the connection for this road trip?
But believe it or not, this particular find is through a old high school friend that I haven't seen in probably 35 years. And he messaged me through Facebook, instant message, and said that his brother-in-law has a bunch of cards. We're in Canada. Would you travel? So I contacted the brother-in-law. The brother-in-law started sending me some pictures. I saw it. It looks like something that we're interested in. So that's kind of how that happened. And then another big collection was through my UPS driver. Came in and told me about something.
Never know.
In Rhode Island. Yeah. So we're trying to. I want to get everything for when we get out to Chicago. So
awesome. Yeah, we are going to be at the Chicago show. Ellen and I. Rico, you're out. Sorry. But
all right.
No, Rico. Yes, you know why, Rico? Because you're getting rich with Red Sox stuff.
I am not.
You're getting rich with Red Sox.
Yeah, I'm real rich. Yeah, look at the hat.
All right, let me ask you a question. What did you do the last 2 days?
Hat's older than me, huh?
Where were you 2 out of the last 4 days?
I was around Boston.
You deserve it.
So I was at Fenway Park. So what? I didn't get paid for that.
You weren't there just eating hot dogs. Let me tell you that.
I'll tell you what, 5 of you could have played and made that team better. That's all I'm saying.
I wanted to say that I told Lori that we were going to be going to the North End, so we're going to make that happen for a dinner.
Let us know. We'll meet you, Rico and I and Elsie. And listen, before we go, Rico, we didn't have time to do On Deck. Yes, we did. We're going to do it right now, real quickly. On Deck with Rico, brought to us each week by our good friend Brian Dwyer and REA Auctions. Go to collect.com to get anyone. I actually have a big auction going right now, as a matter of fact. REA Auctions. This question came from one Thomas Cerrito. Why not move Rafaela to second and Maya to third? Because Durbin stinks. And then you have an outfield of Anthony, Duran, and Abreu with the Japanese fellow as your DH. That's a good Red Sox team. Do you agree?
No, it isn't.
A little better, maybe. But the guy at third base, Durbin, he's defensively he's doing a great job.
Yeah, can't hit his weight.
No, but they're a team that cannot afford a good defense guy at the third and not a hitter.
Well, it was.
You can't. Like team like the Yankees right now, who are big hitters, they can afford that. Maybe some.
Maya's a good third baseman defensively.
Who?
Myers
is not a third base hitter.
No. What I'm saying is he's a good third baseman, and he's a better hitter than Durbin.
Not much better right now.
Louis, why do you say not, Lou?
Because, first of all, if we're going to move Meyer, he should move to shortstop. Trevor Story's time is just about over here. And I don't mind bringing Rafaela into second base for a while, though his major worth is his defense in center field.
And I agree.
Yeah.
So you keep Durbin at third, or do you bring someone like Nick Eaton, what's his name? Sogard at third. Stick him at third.
Anybody. Absolutely.
Hitters. You need hitters, guys. You got to have a guy like a power hitter, takes the pressure off a lot of the other hitters.
All right, so you're bringing a guy like Nick Sogard. Better hitter than Durbin. Durbin's horrible.
Is he a 30 home run guy, maybe 90 to 100 RBIs or more? That's what you need. The Red Sox, if they don't you know,
Too
they
bad we
want to
can't
spend the
get
money,
players like
whatever it
Alex
was.
Bregman. Not that he's a
Huh?
30 home run hitter or a 90
Who's
average.
that, Lou?
I said it's too bad we can't get guys like Alex Bregman.
And the other kid from the Mets, who's with Baltimore now. For
Yeah,
Pete's sakes.
Alonso.
Alonso would have been, really good. You protect some of those guys up front. You know,
Rico, listen, you talk to the owners all the time. You talk to the
I do
general
not.
manager.
I do. You
Come
kidding
on,
me?
say something to them
I
on our
can't even-
behalf.
I can't even get into their box. They're the elite.
All right, listen, we're just about out of time. Paul Borges, your son, is going to be the next general manager of an NBA team at some point in his career, right?
We'll certainly see. Go Knicks, go Knicks. They look really strong.
The Knicks do look good. I have to admit to my friend Tony Palmentary.
Be careful,
the
it's
Knicks-
Washington. It's not like
You know
Good
what?
point.
You know what the difference is with the Knicks between the new coach and Thibodeau? He actually plays a lot of the guys. You know, Thibodeau, if he ran a baseball team, he'd only play 6 guys.
Hey, one more guy. How about our boy, Jared McCain, is really, really stepping up to the plate for Oklahoma Thunder.
Hey, Tom, Lou and I want to raise. You know, this is a 2-hour show now. We're only getting paid for 1 hour.
You're right. Anyways,
Lou, we're going on strike. Let's go on
Rico,
strike.
what do you get? Teas in your pocket, Rico? What's going on?
Yes. Jared McCain doing a great job. Kenny Clausen, if you're watching, we're all proud of him.
OKC is tough.
He had 18 the other night coming off the bench. He had 13 last night at crunch time. This kid is going to be a star. With that being said, Paul Borges, we love you.
All right, Paul.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much.
See you,
Paul,
Lou.
I saw that text. I will send that text over to our friend. Rico, as always, we love you.
Thanks,
Say hi to the
Tom.
beautiful Elsie.
Oh,
And
you
Rico,
too.
congratulations on the new dog, Buddy.
New dog.
New dog.
Yeah, a little Shih Tzu. That's what he does a lot. He Shih Tzus a lot, boy.
All right,
Anyway,
guys. Louis,
he's fun.
great
He's good.
job. And to our viewers and listeners, we love you guys. Thanks for all the support. And with that being said, happy collecting.
Yeah.